Hey guys, Frank here, your virtual general aviation aviator, and today I am in the Beaver. Now this one is a special episode because I just acquired and decided to fly the Beaver by Soulman. Uh, Gotta look it up. SMS, I think it's Soul Man Soul, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure. Let's just go out and check. Um, One moment. All right. So that's YouTube. See. SMS and let's see. Soul Made Sim. Okay. So today I'm in the Beaver by SMS, that's Soul Made Sim, and I just got this bird today. Let me just jump outside, show you the outside of it. And it's it's let's see, it too I think have the extended um the extended piece here. I think the original Beaver didn't have this middle piece, but I could be wrong. I know that the Thranda Beaver has an extended piece here. I'm not sure about this one. I'm just now learning more about the beavers, but I enjoyed the beaver so much that I thought I'd get this one and see what I've been missing. Anyway, um, let's take it for a spin. All right. So the first thing that you will notice, actually, let me turn this one on here, get rid of that stuff there. Okay. The first thing you will notice is that I've got, well, you may not have noticed, but I got three buttons here. I got my view control, which I can change views, so I'm running through them as we speak. Um, I don't have any keys tied to them, so I'm unable to get to them using keyboard commands, but I suspect that those can be set up. So that was view. This is option. Palette. Let's see. Let me go back to this view. So I got my palette door, my co-pilot door. Let's see. Left passenger door, right passenger door. Let's swing around here and see if we can't look at that door. Um, yeah. Okay. And I guess might as well swing back this way and uh, okay, right door. Pre-flight elements. Let's see what that's about. Let's see. Let's go back to this view. Pre-flight elements. Says controls. I'm not sure. Engine preheat. Um, Let's see. I guess I would. Yeah, I'm not sure how those work. But again, I just got this plane. Haven't really. I've flown it once, so I really have not spent any time in it. It does come in three variants: the float plane, the amphib, and the tail dragger, which is the one that I'm in at the moment. Okay, so I've got an autopilot. Now, this one does come with an autopilot that's here, and I can actually pop that guy out um, if I want to use the autopilot. I did not find a way to remove the yoke, so looks like in order to manipulate stuff, I have to either pull it back or push it in so that I can get to stuff. Um, let's see. Okay, my SciTech yoke is tied to the throttle control, and my alpha yoke, for some reason, is not controlling the switches, so I'm having to control the switches manually. All right, and fuel. Fuel is controlled at this time by this guy here. Let's see. So I actually have to use X-Plane to control my fuel. So let's just see if we can balance stuff out here. Um, let's see. I guess my center tank um, don't want nearly as much fuel as my left and right tank, but let's even up the left and right tanks if we can. Um, actually, probably, let's see. Now, okay, that's what's going on. All right, so I got 130 in my 136 in my right tank. So let's put 136 in my left tank, in my front tank. That is, well, actually, these are not wing tanks, so they don't have to balance. All of these tanks are in the fuselage. I think they are somewhere up under this bird. Let's see. Done. Apply changes. So we're not going far, so we can use the tanks that we have. But I think the tanks are somewhere up under here as opposed to being in wings. So they don't have to balance, but I do need to keep an eye on my CG. Okay. Um, and of course I have to use the X-plane weight and balance to control my CG. All right. Let's see what else have we discovered just looking around. Um, I I can control what goes in the back here. That's under options. So I can get cargo, passenger, and cargo are all passengers with just a little small cargo area back there. So let's just, I'm in the backcountry bush. Um, so back here, I'm probably not going to be carrying that many passengers unless this is a lodge for visitors and the plan would be to ferry people in and out. So let's just do cargo and passengers. All right. So let's see. Let's get back out here. And let's. I let's burn gas from front, center, and rear. Okay, and I think I've got the most gas in my front tank. So let's go ahead and turn our master on. Okay, looks like I've got the most gas in my front tank here. This middle one is my rear tank, and this one over here on my right is my center tank. So it's important to not get that mixed up. All right, and let's see if we got an outside temperature gauge. Okay, so currently I don't really have real world weather on. Let's see, I probably should have started that earlier. Okay, well, the thermometer is registering about 36 degrees, maybe 37 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. No, um, 10, 20, 30. Let's see. I don't know how many ticks there is between 0 and 20, but this is 10. So this is 2, 4. So it's roughly about 3 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius. Of course, the other way to do that would be to calculate it backwards, um, which is to take the Fahrenheit, subtract 32 degrees, and then 2.2 degrees. Well, for every degree of um, Fahrenheit, it's 2.2 degrees Celsius. Anyway, um, spend the time setting that up. Um, anyway, don't want to do it and am not. Okay, so I got my fuses over here and they are modeled. Okay, got fuses here that are modeled. And so anyway, let's get started here. So the first thing I want to do, I know it has a wobbler, and I really couldn't tell that the wobbler actually does anything. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, I see my pressure coming up, and I guess that's good there. All right, cool. So man, Sim, so Made Sim, and let's see. Let's jump over here to the primer. Okay, and of course, if you flew this often, you would. Well, if I flew it often, I would set up probably keys and map them to this. But let's prime it 1, 2, 3. Well, let's see. Make sure I got fuel on. Not bad. Let's see. Cockpit palette. And yeah, I got fuel on front. So that was 3. And that might be primed enough. We can try it and see. All right. So mixture and prop. Let's keep it feathered because it is cold. It's not that cold, but the engine is cold. All right, and just barely crack that throttle because we don't want this engine to race when it starts up. All right. I'm looking for P-top, not P-top, but beacon. Beacon light comes on, and window doesn't open. Prop clear. All right. Fuel pumps. I got positive fuel flow. Turn the mags to both. And let's see if we get a good start. All right, I've got a good start, which is what I wanted. Okay, so alternator can come on, and the radios can come on. Nav can come on, and the radio, I'm just going to monitor it. I'm not planning to actually fly in any locations where I need to make radio calls. All right, instrument lights. Let's see. And I am going to turn them on because that just make it easier to see, even for videos. Let's see. Not sure that's well, I think I got a toggle I need to turn on first. Alright, so let's go down here and find that toggle, instrument lights. There we go. And I did see them flicker on, and now I think this can be used to adjust the brightness. Right now it's subtle, but I do want to leave them on because when I'm making these videos, I have found that it's easier for you guys to see when they're on. All right, and I'm actually stalling because I want my oil temperature to get up to this 100-degree mark here, and that's kind of what I'm waiting on. And I also need my operating temperature to come up. As soon as my, let's see, I do have, well, I was going to say, I actually don't want to raise the RPMs any higher than they're at until I know that the engine is warmed up a little bit. Okay, so while that's warming up, then I can go ahead and turn the radio master on. Didn't realize I had turned it on. And if I was at an airport where there was an ADOS, I would go ahead and get ASOS, AWOS. I would go ahead and get that now. But I'm not there. Okay, so my starter is off. Okay, my fuel booster can go off. And let's go ahead and turn our landing lights on. And we'll go ahead and turn our P-top heat on, even though I don't think I'm gonna need it. Now I do have a map light. Let's just see if we can't find that light. Let's see. Not sure where that map light is at. I tell you, this guy has a nice sound. I'm hoping you can hear how that radio cam is producing that sound. It's just music. Okay. Now I'm wondering if the yoke can be swapped to the right side so that the aircraft can be flown from the right side. I don't think so. There's something. I think that's gonna be for these bank of lights. I saw my cursor change. Whatever that is, yeah, that's what it was. It was this red guy here. So let's go down and investigate, see exactly what that is. Okay, that's my brake, so I need to go ahead and engage it. Pull that back out. Carb heat up is on, and let's see. Okay, carb heat, and this is a carb heat also. And I didn't read the F manual, so I don't know the difference between the two carb heats. I do know that in the Thranda version, when I'm coming in, when I'm descending, then I need to push it down. And in the Beaver, you actually push this down on descent and then pull it back up to cold on short final, because you want it you 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 want it ready for a go around. All right, so what do we have over here? And this is our emergency fuel or shut off. And up is we'll close the fuel and ore, and down opens it. Got 24 volts, so that looks good. And I don't have an amp draw. Let's see now. Let's just hit that P-top button, see if that changes. P-top. I started calling it P-top early on, which is pronounced wrong, and I'm having to retrain myself to call it P-top. Cabin light. Okay, so that's probably back for the passengers. Oil, you actually add the oil, I guess you can tell, from inside the cockpit cabin, as opposed to up under the cowling outside. All right, so where are we at on our temperature? Cylinder head temp has come up, and let's check our operating temperature. Yep, that's up. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring that prop up and give it a little gas here. Release the brake, and I think I've got my landing light already on. Yep. So let's release the brake, and now we can taxi. Passenger brief. Okay. Our runway is right here on this ridge, and we basically it's a really short runway, and hopefully I can get airborne before I get to the end, because there are 2 logs at the end. All right, so let's make this happen. All right, brakes are off. Let's see, just doing a mental check. I'm not going to do a mag check or anything like that. Field elevation is 5,300 feet. So let's go ahead and get this set. Right now I'm at 55, and 53. All right. So what I did is I set my altimeter to my field elevation. So I know that's correct. And let's get out of here. Check the brakes again. Yep, brakes are off. Brake check. Brakes are working. I don't see a tail. The Beaver does not, to my knowledge, has a tail wheel lock. So let's just get lined up here because, like I said, there's a short runway, so we need all the runway we can get. All right. Oh man, what happened? Doggone it. I don't know what happened. Let's see. I didn't hit the brakes. At least I don't think I hit the brakes. My feet were down there, but I don't think I hit them. Don't know what happened. So let's take a look's peek and see if there's any explanation for why I nosed over, other than I should have put those big tongue tires on. That's one thing I should have did. I ran off the embankment there. What a costly mistake, right? Okay, so let's get this restarted. Okay, so I'm back and I should be lined up again. Let's take a peek outside the aircraft. Actually, because I have not actually looked at the scenery from the outside. Let's see, what do I have here? Now this is ID 96. This is it's in the year 96 Delta, or I 96D in Idaho. Okay, so we are in the north the North United States Rocky Mountains, um, and let's get this flight back underway. Let's just want to take another look, check my lineup again. Yeah, the last time I went too far, so I think I can actually get my ground roll from right here. Got my lights on, temperatures have come back up, and because I did have to restart the aircraft and wait for it to get warm again. Altimeter is set. All right, and brakes off. So let's make it happen. So I'm going to set the manifold pressure to about 33% for my takeoff roll, and we should get airborne before so this is the end of the runway. 60, rotate, just in time. That was a funky takeoff. Let's take a look at it. And let's go back to about right here. guess I could have went on between those two logs. Alright, so let's kill that guy and go back to rear flight. And our cruise altitude is probably going to be somewhere around 6,000 feet. So, you know, just took off at 5,300 feet. So we definitely going to have to stick to the valleys. Let's see if I can show you the flight plan here. So this is our flight plan, and that's the Big Creek is our destination. So that's the plan, guys. Rid of that map for you. All this stuff set. Make sure everything's in the green. Get my altitude back up to 6. Now, the aircraft is behaving. It kind of remind me of Microsoft Flight Sim. The way the aircrafts behave there with the oscillating. But well, I guess I'm using the term oscillate. But I guess I'm referring to the sensitivity on the yoke, because if my camera would back out a little bit, let's see, I figure out how to get this camera to back out. But anyway, minute inputs on the yoke is having exponential effects, exponential, say that right, effects on the controls. A little low. So since I got to see over this radio, then I need to kind of see where I'm at before I pour that yoke, before I do anything that I think this is my turn. Yeah, let's make this turn here. I think that's it. Yeah, that was it. So I just made that turn. And rarely do I jump out of the cockpit and try to fly from an outside position. So I am doing this for the benefit of you guys. Got my landing lights on, so I guess I can turn those off. Ooh. Can't do that in flight, can I? Right here. I'm going to have to pull the yoke up. So let me point my nose down and I'm at cruise 6,000. And one thing that I don't want to do is chase that vertical speed indicator. So what I'm trying to do now is kind of get a sight picture of where I want my nose to be for straight level. I'm at 125 knots. My altimeter is, my compass is not set because I'm flying on a course of about 250, but I'm showing 260 on the compass. Alright, so I should be getting to my airport in just a few. Now I have not landed this guy ever. In all fairness, the flight that I took, I attempted to land, but I wound up having a pretty bad day on that landing. I do have it trimmed. Look, Mom, no hands. Da, 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 da. That goes, love it. I'll be able to find this airport. So I'm going to bear to the right here. And man, this is a gorgeous country, isn't it? Okay, I see a field. All right. So I am going to fly over it. Let them, that way they'll know I'm coming in. And I'm hoping I'll be able to pick up some information about the field. Primarily what the windsock might be saying. So I can't see a windsock. Oh, there is one. Here. All right, so we're going to come in from this direction. So we'll go up here and make a U-turn, or actually that would put me on downwind now. And this airport, apparently the elevation of this airport is a lot higher than the airport I took off from. I got plenty of room to make a New Jersey base turn. Swing out one way to go to the other way. I once heard somebody call it a New Jersey turn when you do it in a car. Okay. So I should be turned around. Now all I gotta do is get lined up. And I'm working that power. Gumps, gas lights, undercarriage mixture, props, and flaps, and we're going around, guys. Let's just come in here and down, but I wasn't as stable as I wanted to be. And I would like to see another windsock, because at a glance it looked like I had a tailwind. Just a second ago I really couldn't tell. Pretty much am at full throttle. Let my mixer out because we are over 5,000 feet. And oh man, it is gorgeous up here. Okay, let's go ahead and make a turn. Not so sure how I would feel living out here in the wintertime though. Okay, here's our fuel. Let's get these flaps in. And let's try not to kamikaze dive down, but I'm pretty high. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get down. Well, actually, I need to do another flyover anyway to check my windsock, because I'm still not sure. And it's better to be a safe pilot and be sure than to make assumptions. Slow flight here. Windsock is at this end. So, looks like winds are pretty much calm, and I might have a 1 to 2 knot wind. I might have a 1 to 2 knot tailwind coming from the direction that I'm in. So I do need to land back to the east. I'm sorry, back to the north. I didn't set that compass rose. How about that? I do have an altitude on the sectional chart that tells me how high this airport is. It's at 5,700 feet. Still got flaps in. It's good for slow flight. Bits and props go up. And let's see if we can get stable here. Don't want to get too slow. And the runway is longer than I thought, so maybe I can get her down. Too high, guys. Too high. So run around. So if the runway is at 57, then pattern ought to be 67, and I'm at 62. So I should only be 500 feet over the field. but felt like I was a little high. And actually, judging from this runway, um, judging from yeah, from the runway, looked like it may have enough traffic in and out for me to be, yeah, I'm that pattern now, just about that pattern. I may have enough, oh man, pull that back a little bit. I may have enough in my L speed. Nose down. Got all these flaps in that's creating all this drag. What I was saying about the runway is it may be busy enough for me to be making calls and telling other people who might be entering the pattern what I'm doing. So let's start these radio calls. Big Creek. Big Creek traffic. Beaver is turning base to final for Beaver's turning base to final for landing to the east. Big Creek. Bush planes. Landing was a little hard. All right, so let's just let's go down here to this trailer and make that IFBO, okay? Sorry about bumping the mic. This, I tell you, the Beaver has a unique sound to it, and I just love the sound. Turn the sound up a little bit so maybe you guys can get a better effect of it. Isn't that a good sound? Alright, let's start cleaning up here. Okay, so I turn off P-Top E. Didn't turn the landing lights back on. I thought I did. I said glumps, but I didn't check, did I? I'm so used to checking my, just hitting the button on my yoke rather than actually having to reach up on the dash. Plus, with this guy, I little I literally have to. Yes, that's good. With this guy, I literally have to pull the yoke out of the way to operate my lights. Um, so before I go, I do want to show you this. Just bear with me. The developer Soul Man has recently put out a um, a roadmap of what he intended to do with this aircraft. So share this roadmap with you in case you are interested in the Beaver. Okay, so he uh, he posted this 16 hours ago, and today's date is 12/23 20. So right now I'm at uh, version 1.3, and he has worked on the flight model, did some bug fixes, and just basically bug fixes. External cargo, canoe, lumber stack. You can add floats, amphibious, etc., etc. I can't add the canoe in the wheel version. So for February, he's going to do a new cockpit. Anyway, you guys can go through this yourselves. But he also have a April-May update plan too. So hopefully, as time go on, this uh, this Beaver will become more sophisticated than it is now. It it After flying this Beaver and the Thranda Beaver, I can tell you that the two machines fly completely different. So it's just a matter. Let's see. Got that black thing down there. If I don't fix this now, I may not fix it. So just pretend you didn't see that. Okay. So anyway, the the this guy is not yet as comprehensive, in my opinion, as the Thranda version, and the but it is $5 cheaper for the money. If I wanted to pick one or the other right now, I think I would choose the Thranda version over this version. But if you are into GA the way I am, then it's cool to have both versions. As you can see, I just took a short flight, and quite honestly, I had a blast flying it through these mountains. And it does fly a lot differently than the Thranda version. Um, I would be interested to see how this guy fly with some winds. I'm not so sure that I want to fly it in anything over with winds over 10 or 12 knots. But in real life, I don't know how well. At least not in these mountains. But I'm starting to ramble on. I hope you guys enjoyed the flight, and don't forget to come on back now. You hear? Ciao.